Hey, greetings there, everybody. It is GleeCon here again, back at you with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Now, it's been a little bit of time. No, I mean, not crazy. It's probably only been since yesterday or something. But behind the scenes, I've been working. If you notice, I have these three characters in Westfall, the Barrens, and Loch Modan, respectively. And they're all up to level 13. Farinel's already there, despite not having been to another zone yet, so that's interesting. And so is Earth Fury. So they're a little ahead of the curve. I have a feeling things will eventually kind of balance out, but it's not going to get there quite yet. On the last actual episode, we read a big mega chapter in the Horde Player's Guide, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign setting for World of Warcraft, and we read about all the different prestige classes available to the Horde. It was a mouthful. It was quite a bit. It was still neat nonetheless. On the last Classic, we haven't been here since... Oh, wow. I think Farinel, when we leveled up Farinel as a Warlock and finished out Tristful Glades, kind of got his Voidwalker pet and moved on. So since then, I dinked around in Stormwind with Kalia. Didn't really do too much with her, but got her ready to go to Westfall. I also kicked off camera the first part of Westfall, and wow, that is tough. It's a tough zone, and especially for Arathor in the beginning. We'll obviously see it again when we go with Kalia, but it's tough coming in there. I think he was level 10 too to start it. There's a lot, so it's only going to be probably about 5-6 quests or something like that, just getting him through those first forms. Varrock, then, I just dipped his toe in the water for the Barrens, because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tackle it. So I basically did the couple quests introducing him into the zone, and actually most of them were warrior-only quests, so we'll talk about those quests either the next time. You know what? We're going to talk about it as we start with Talonji a little bit. Maybe. We're going to talk about some. And then off-camera, I just did Nesingwary. Now... I'll talk about that more as we play, but his experience in Loch Modan has sort of shaped the experience for what we're going to do today. So stay a while as we begin with Talonji, and we get our first on-camera view of the Barrens. So the first thing that I wanted to do, and for each time we wrap a zone, this is what I'm going to do. So we are going to very quickly here, we're going to take a peek at any quests we may have missed in Elwyn Forest. All right, for us, this would be Durotar, actually. So we're going to pop onto Wildpedia. Now, some of them we missed because of class, and that should really be the only ones that we've missed. So we're going to search Durotar, and this is about as thorough as it's going to get. So we have Durotar quests, and we're just going to peek and see if there's any that we missed. So I hate all these stupid ads that pop up, but I get it. They got to pay for themselves. Okay, so we actually did all of these. And that's all the Valley of Trials. And then there were class quests. So we're skipping all of that. We did the Valley of Trials. Sen'jin, we did everything, but there are some weird ones. Juju Heaps, Brutal Gauntlets, and Satyr Hooves. So Juju Heaps is going to be for a... mage, so let's look that one up. The other two are high enough level, and they're warrior only. You know what, maybe we'll come back and we'll look at class specific things at a different time. Nah, we'll do Juju Heaps because we don't have a horde mage. So we'll look at Juju Heaps up here and see. Okay, is it spelled weird? Oh, it's got a little hyphen. Juju Heaps. Juju Heaps. There we go. Okay, so this says the Warlock. So this is picked up in this. So I guess you would just have this, and you would get this would be how you could get a nice magical mage item if you happen to be questing as a mage, as a troll mage. The Warlock Zalazane of the Echo Isles has disrupted the normal flow of magic in Durotar. He does this through tainted fetishes, Juju Heaps, which he has placed among his huts on the main Echo Isle. These heats corrupt our wildlife and give power to the warlocks and infernal creatures that lurk in the land's dark corners. You must destroy the Juju Heaps before the flow of magic is forever altered. You must hurry, destroy the Juju Heaps, and finally, when you complete it, I sense that Zalazane's Juju Heaps were destroyed, and with time and luck, The flow of magic in Durotar will return to normal. A great deed you have done for your people, and you have shown your worth to us, the mages of the Horde. Okay, so that's all we really missed. The other two are high level 30, so we're just going to discuss them later, but I guess you would come back to do some weird things. Okay, now in Razor Hill, we actually did all of these. Conscript of the Horde, we're going to be finishing up this time. We do have Call of Water, so that would be a shaman only. We do have a Tauren quest. This is level 20, so I'm going to wait because it's a chance we'll do that on camera. Now, Hex of Weakness. This is a priest troll quest. We don't have a Horde priest, so we will look at this. We will look at this one. So how do we make a troll priest? I sent here to make sure that you not wander too far from home. They sent me to make sure you return home because Urkyo, greatest of our priests, wish to speak to you. You go there. You go to the Valley of Spirits in the Orc City and you speak to Urkyo. He wait for you now. I see. So this is a bam, 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 bam 4 quest line. You would do well to pay heed to this lesson, young one. The Hex of Weakness will be a great boon to you in battle. Later, I will have tests for you to further yourself and prove your worth to the tribe. Continuing along, it's time for you to meet with Urkyo. Oh, I think we already read that one. Yeah, okay, so that's just a very similar one. So I guess maybe, I can't think, you can't be, if you're a Forsaken, I can't imagine. That's Troll. The first one was also Troll. So weird. I guess you could get it from more than one person. Okay. The third version, once you are, this is in the okay, so this is, if you were Forsaken, you would get this spell. Same thing. It always warms my undying heart to see priests from all cultures wander the world, to know that power exists that is not arcane and well within our grasp. That's why it is my honor to direct you home. Urkyo, your great priest in Orgrimmar, has asked for your presence. You can find him in the Valley of Spirits. You would do well to pay heed. Okay, so that's the same thing. So we have 3 versions to get us there. And then when you get there, home, return home. This starts at Kenjo. So, okay. So if you have not even left the Valley of Spirits, your spiritual leader Urkyo begs you to return to him and speak with you about travel, about the path you travel. Go to the Valley of Spirits in the Horde City and you find him there. So when you get there, you'll learn Hex of Weakness. So basically there's 4 versions of this quest, depending on your race, but you can only be a troll or a Forsaken priest. So I guess it really just depends on where you pick it up. That's weird that they have 2 versions in Razor Hill. Okay, continuing on. Veteran Uzek. This is one that I did do as off camera with Varrock. So we're going to look at this too. I'm going to try to, it's not going to work with the humans, but I'm going to try to keep it quick. Because, not quick per se, but the first level of each zone shorter because we're going to be doing this each time. All right, so this one I did. It says the Horde honors its warriors because their strength is unquestioned, but the truly great warriors are great students as well. Seek out Uzek. He's a veteran of many battles and now instructs young warriors in the ways of combat. You'll find him south of Farwatch Post, the Orc garrison on the border of the Barrens in Durotar. And then he says, hello, young one, here for some instruction, are you? And then he'll teach you Path of Defense, which I also did. As a warrior, one of our most crucial tasks is protection. We're the shield of the Horde, and we keep our weaker brethren safe. If you are to join in our ranks, then you must prove your mettle to me. Go to Thunder Ridge and Durotar, where live the lightning hides and thunder lizards. Hunt the beasts. Show me you are tougher than they. Brave their assaults and bring me a stack of their singed scales as proof. Do this, and then I will teach you. Do you have the scales? Unless you can withstand the attacks of the thunder lizards, you'll not benefit from my instruction. I see you have defeated the thunder lizards, which proves you are tough. Now I'll show you how tough skin and shrewd movements can combine to form an impenetrable wall of defense. Learn your lesson well and be ready for future instruction. So he sends you back from the Crossroads into Durotar up where the thunder lizards are, and the drop rate's really good. I think I had to kill 6 to get all 5, and at this point it was a pretty easy quest. I went wham bam, came right back, and he teaches you taunt, sunder armor, and defensive stance, which is good because my guy's a tank, so it was good for Varrock. Then he says it's vital that a warrior's weapon is one of quality, and if there's an orc who can craft quality weapons, then that orc is Thungrim Firegaze. He's a hermit who dwells atop the hills east of the Crossroads. If you seek a weapon warrior, then you should seek Thungrim. To find him, first travel to the Crossroads to the west, then strike the hills to the east. His camp is high on a hilltop. And then when you find him, it says, my eyes have long dried out from staring into the forge's flame, but some things I can still see. I can see you want something, and if you found your way here, then I can guess what you desire. So I think he's on, like, this mountain. So basically, I just cut down there. I didn't even go to the Crossroads. You can climb the mountain. It's a pretty easy climb, but it is a big mountain. And at the top, he's sitting there with a forge, and he gives you this quest, Forge Steel. So I will give you a weapon, but first you must aid me. The Razormanes to the northwest came into my camp a few nights past. They would not meet me in combat, but they know my eyes are bad. A few distracted me with snorts, while others stole from me, the cowards. They took an iron chest, and within it, and remember, this is all Thungrim Firegaze, were some forged steel bars. If you can recover them, then I'll give you the weapon you seek. Search for the iron box with the Quillbore camps and return with the forged steel bars. Do you have my steel bars? You found them, and all the bars are here, which doesn't surprise me. I didn't think the Razormanes would know what to do with fine steel like this. Thank you, Varrock. Here's your reward. May it serve you well. Okay, and so basically that one's a pretty easy one. You hop down. There is a kind of a wagon out front of it's a little bit far away from the Razormane camp. It's a very small camp anyway, and when I went there, I think people had recently just killed all the things, so I just was able to walk up, grab the steel bars, and then climb the mountain again. I don't even have to kill a single person, and I picked, I think, the axe, because I've been working with axes with that guy. And that's it. I think he gives you another one, and it goes on. So Call of Fire is one that we are going to do with the Shaman. So these are all class quests lines. Ganrul's Summons. So this is... We'll talk about this with our Warlock, because this is, I think, the one that basically wants us to go learn how to summon. I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure this is where we learn the Voidwalker, and we already did that. Okay, so... It says, I hope your schedule isn't busy because Ganrul wants to sit. Yeah. Basically, this is the Horde version of going and learning how to summon a Voidwalker. So you have to recover the Tablet of Virga instead of the thing from that one guy out on the middle of the lake. And it's in Skull Rock. So... that's the only real difference. If you are an Orc Warlock instead of a Forsaken Warlock, you go back into Skull Rock and pick it up. And then this will give you the binding, and that's pretty much the same. So I'm just kind of... I remember that when it was I that was in your shoes. Yeah, that's actually very similar to what the Forsaken says, if not identical. All right, so that would be little to no difference, really. We did this. We did the Shattered Hand. Oh, actually, no. That's the Rogue quest. So, Thurzok. If we do not have this quest... Alright, so he sends you to go to Thurzok. Whoops, I didn't want to do it that way. Do I have the Shattered Hand as a quest? Yeah, okay, so we'll read the first step, and then I'll read you this quest, because I've picked this up with my rogue already. I did the first part, which is you just go basically meet your trainer, and we'll cover the Shattered Hand if we... the quest. Okay. It says, lower your voice, in this case, Talonji. Yeah, I know your name. Was told to keep an eye out for a troll by your description. From what I've heard about you, you can handle yourself in combat, and... aren't opposed to a little sneakery from time to time, am I right? Anyways, you should go see Thurzok and Orgrimmar. He's got an offer for you to hear. And then we'll look at the Shattered Hand quest on our own here. Okay, so the Rogue quest to Orgrimmar. Weird that it's Rogue only. Orgrimmar wrong. Yeah. 2 Orgrimmar. Okay, it says it's Horde. I don't know why that one has it listed as rogue only. Yeah, it does. A master of stealth and deception you are not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I completed this? However, all of that can and will change. You're obviously impressed those in charge with your meager skills as the great Shenthul has asked for you by name. Take the road north of here to Orgrimmar and speak with Shenthul in the Cleft of Shadows. It's important that the Shattered Hand remains vigilant in the face of changes through all wishes to bring about to the Horde. Our numbers alone will not be enough to overcome his rules. Stealth and deception must be mastered. So we'll continue that. Weird. Speak to Zendazan, Renix of Ratchet. So maybe I don't even have that quest yet. Huh. Okay. Any other Durotar quests that we missed out on? We're going to skip the okay. In favor of spirituality and garments of spirituality. I guess we will look these up because we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to have, actually, fine. They're going to be the Horde versions of the Alliance quest that we already did. So, Aimon, our continent, have joined the Horde because they be good for us, they loyal, and they teach us much about things like honor, but our old ways die hard. The Orcs may not approve of all our traditions, but that not mean we can't continue to practice some of them in secret. You know this, and that's why I sent you to Tai Jin and Razor Hill. She teach you more about our history. She teach you the ways of our tribe. Go to her when you be ready. So you finally come to Tai Jin. This be good. You already know that we're not the same tribe that once joined with the Horde. We be much stronger now. We stronger because we adapt. The Horde teach us that much. We no longer defeat our enemies and gain strength from them. Now we gain strength and then defeat our enemies. The difference be subtle, but you will learn. You will see. The tribe count on you to learn such things in the second half. You be ready for your first test. South of Razor Hill, just out of town, one of our grunts be heard fighting off some of Proudmoore's old troops. She's not doing too well, and she'd benefit much if one of our kind could help her. Find her. Her name be Korja. Heal her wounds and give her the blessing of our ancestors. You do this, and methinks that be sufficient proof that you're ready to move on in our ways. Same exact task, just different words from what we did with Kalia. Most think it logical that healing magics be powerful, but not many understand how powerful. You can keep many alive when instead they should be meeting their own ancestors. This healing magic mixed with the ability of fortitude are a very powerful combination of spells. You remember this, helpful to all manner of people, warriors, mages, and everything in between. Good, then Korja lives and goes off to defend our town from those malicious humans. I often wish to remember days of battle where power was shown in combat, and it was the wise who often destroyed those that relied on just their strength. You done good by me, Talon, or whoever. You take this robe now, may it help. Basically the same robes. Maybe you not care, but you earned it, and I'm proud to call you brother or sister. And finally, training the beast. So, Need for Cure, we did. Lost but Not Forgotten. And Burning Shadows. All of those we all did. So all we have left is Taming the Beast. So if we had a hunter, we did a very similar quest chain, which we're going to read the Alliance version because I did that off camera as a oh look, it's jumping me to the Night Elf version. So let's look at bummer. Okay, so that took me to the Night Elf version. Taming these beasts. Yeah, so unfortunately for us, it's not even giving us. Stupid. Okay, let's see if we can find at least quests for classes, hunter, and just see. There we go. So I don't know why I couldn't tap into it, but here's the Horde version. This is the Tauren one, though, not the actual Orc one. Okay, let's see what the second one is. There we go. Okay. So we already read about the Hunter's Path before. So here is Taming the Beast. It is an admirable skill to command one's authority over nature. As a hunter, you must strive to learn to use the force and power inherent to any creature of your choosing. Gaining control of an animal is not an easy feat. It is a task that you must undertake with much determination. For your first assignment, take this taming rod and use it to tame a dire modeled boar, which is you have to tame a boar first as the dwarf as well. You can find them quite close to Razor Hill. Practice your skills in battle with the boar at your side, then return to me. Good luck, young hunter. You've done well. I believe you're ready for your next task. Okay. The advantage a pet affords you against your rivals is duly noted. When you gain control over another creature, you're adding to your own strength. Your pet must become an extension of yourself. The next task requires you to turn from the land and you'll find the next creature in the waters off the coast. Cross from Senjin village near the Echo Isles. Look for a spirited crab called the Surf Crawler. Use the taming rod to tame it, then practice your skills. Now, with the dwarf, you tame a bear. You need to practice in order to gain the skills you need to effectively control your pet. Have you tamed a surf crawler? Or maybe actually you tame a snow leopard second. You are a swift learner. You've done well. And then your final creature you need to tame is one you should strive to emulate, the Armored Scorpion. It strikes quickly and confidently. To control a force such as this is your fate as a hunter. When you return, I will bestow you with the skills you need to learn to tame an animal of your choosing. This creature will be yours to command. Under your control, your pet will gain experience alongside you. I'll also show you how to call it and dismiss it as you wish. Where you're able to tame the scorpion, and the final one is bear on that side, I believe. You've learned all I can teach you. It is time for you to take what you've learned here and choose a pet of your own. Here you are. I will now give you the power to tame a beast, as well as call it and dismiss it as you see fit. Use your new skills with pride. You have earned them. And then finally, you now have the power to tame a pet, but you must gain the skills to train it. Travel to Orgrimmar. There you must speak to one of our most revered hunters, Ormac Grimshot. He'll give you the ability to train your new pet. You'll find him in the Valley of Honor. Good luck. A young hunter, I see. Yes, I'll grant you the skills you need to train and guide your pet. Not only will you be able to teach your new pet abilities, you'll now be able to feed your pet as well as revive it should it fall in battle. Now go, hunter. We will speak again at a later date. Okay. I am ready. I don't think we even have any buffs that we can use. No, because we can't use this. Okay, so now we are going to actually start questing with good old Talonji. Cool. We have some things to do. So, while we are taking our little walk here, I'll tell you about the experience I just had. So up until now, I would say, barring maybe the priest, who I'm still not... I would love to come around. I would love to feel like no class suck in this. But I still hate playing the priest. She is not fun. I feel sorry for Kalia, but... the ability to add on a dot to my spam casting Wrath, or not Wrath, whatever it's called. Maybe it is called Wrath. I can't remember the Smite, maybe? Yeah, Smite. Something. And protect myself with the shield. It's just not cool. Now, sure, as a healer, cool. I'm fine. I can see myself being a healer. I would like that. I think it's fun. Absolutely. That part would be cool. And a priest as a healer is okay. Although, I don't even like disciplined priests as healers. To be honest, it's not fun to me. But other than that, like, normally I've been sort of neutral to hunters. They are annoying as heck in PvP to fight against. I think they're a little ridiculous when it comes to that. And again, I just don't do enough PvP, and I play a rogue, and I really think rogues are at a disadvantage against hunters because you're a single target spec for the most part, who focuses on incapacitation, which, if you're being ravaged by pets all the time, it's just a rock, paper, scissors game that I will lose. But I've just been sucking, and even once I got the pet, I was like, wow, this is just not good. So I started off Loch Modan, and I'm just still struggling. And the good thing that came out of this is it has changed my approach. I'm not going to change the way I started everything, but it has let me alter my approach. It's at least in the very least how I'm going to approach Loch Modan, and probably some other zones as well. But man, I just banged my head against trying to do these quests and was just constantly not stressed, but like annoyed about how lame the class is. Alright, so we met up with Cargill Battle Scar.
What do you want, pup? If you're not here for recruitment, I don't have time. Oh, so Tackman sent you. He's an excellent scout. Not sure what I'd do without him. I'll sign your recruitment letter, but what we really need is someone at the Crossroads.
The Crossroads conscription now, he sends me on.
Take this signed recruitment letter to the Crossroads. Silgra Darkthorn, Cursor Hide, is in charge there. She's a nasty shaman who will talk to your head in circles before she lets you do anything useful. Thrall is convinced she's something special, but I'm not so sure. You'll just have to decide for yourself.
Okay, so it's also signed, looks good to know. Just as respectfully yours, he signed it. This person has Horde conscription registration. This person has demonstrated incredible feats of strength and skill in the name of the Horde. They should immediately be assigned to work at the Crossroads. He has signed it now. This quest right here, I'll get back to talking about my adventure in a second. So Nero, this was way back in Orgrimmar. Nero wants the demon seed destroyed, does he? Strange. Very well, if he wishes the seed gone, then I will tell you how to remove it. Okay, so here's the demon seed quest. Continued.
The demon seed is a powerful tool for the Burning Legion. It rests in a cave on Dreadmist Peak above a demonic altar of fire. I have prepared power stones that when placed near the seed will disrupt its connection to the Legion. Take a stone from the table and bring it to the altar of fire on top Dreadmist Peak. Travel west and north when the road forks. The peak will be to your left. The safest climb to the top is on its northern face. And hurry, the stone's power will consume itself in time.
Okay, so here's where you're technically getting another side quest. Flawed Power Stone. These stones are infused with magical energy but purposefully flawed. They are very unstable, and once removed from the table, they will consume themselves quickly. So this is where Questy sort of fails, because this is a timed quest. We have 30 minutes to do this. So I'll talk about this quest in a moment. But what was... That guy was a little bit of something there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so back to my story. So anyway, I start thinking to myself, and it's mostly because some people were talking in chat when I was playing with one of the other, I don't know, the other people I've been playing over the past couple days. And they were talking about training their pet, and when would their pet learn such and such a skill, and I'm like, you know, my pet has no skills at all. Maybe I have to go to a pet trainer. And I thought to myself, yeah, aren't there pet trainers? So I went back to the pet trainer, and I'm like, oh, I already have all the skills. I have learned all these skills. I do have things like growl. Where is it? Why doesn't my pet not use it? So then I had read about it leveling up, and I'm looking at my pet sheet, and I'm like, okay, it has these training points in it. By then I had stacked a bunch of them. I'm like, I've got like 30-something training points. Why can't I train? So that was when I realized I already had the pet training skill, and that you actually have to push that skill. Here's Cranel Fist and learn. This is so annoying. Okla, little baby. I don't know what this place is good for, but this is one of the many places you can find. Oh. So it's didn't spawn for me. Interesting. So we'll come back there and look again. But there are multiple places where this quest, I just assumed it would be there. See, if you can see, it's there, it's there, it's there. There are lots of places all over where this can spawn. This Trock is chasing him. Little bugs. Ooh, Karu. And they have little swine, little baby pigs they're raising. But that is a quest that will take us to Ratchet, and we'll complete when we're in Ratchet. Oh, yeah, see, that's south of Ratchet. We'll actually do that quest later. So it says the safest way is to climb from the north face. Like, I'm not walking around. I have no problems just walking up here. Especially considering I can stealth. Now, I got super lucky on this quest. What happened for me with my... Oh, so anyway, back to the hunter real quick. So I went and trained things like growl, and lo and behold, and armor and health. Lo and behold, my pet didn't die in 3 hits anymore. He actually could maintain threat, because before it was happening, I would shoot one time and boom. Every single time I shot once. And he didn't even have enough life to sit there and tank it slow, so it was just useless. It was very frustrating. And now, it just from doing that is morphed from being my least favorite class to it's straight OP now. Now I see why people are like, oh, the hunters are OP. Pick up a couple more moves like wing clip, and we'll talk more next time we play him, but then he just started freaking tearing through stuff. Here's Dreadmist Peak. We read about this place in our book, I think the last one we read, of Blood and Honor. And, you know, one of the things they really talked about was this red mist on Dreadmist Peak. And this is why. Look how intense it is. I don't think it's this intense anymore, but it is pretty stank up here. So when I did this with my Warrior Varrock yesterday, I got very lucky because there were people around about doing their thing. And they had essentially cleared out everybody up front. Which was nice. And in the cave, which is where you have to go, you basically have to clear out the cave. Okay, I'm gonna see how this goes. I don't want her to run. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, let's just chill for a second. And I don't want to even try to go into stealth, because if it's like current retail, getting hit by a tick of a dot will break you out of stealth. So I do not want to go all the way over there. I was going to try to pick my way through and get one guy at a time off, but that is a lot of dudes. So, also, when I came, there was an elite in here. I hope to God he's not there.
I need to get closer.
Okay, so we're going to see if I can just take both of these out in one go. I don't know that I can.
I do not have enough energy. Not enough energy.
Oh, I forgot about my slice and dice. I should have used that. Oh, bro.
My ability is not ready yet.
Last potion.
Ready yet. I cannot do that yet.
Okay, so actually, we actually did okay. I can't believe that. I mean, I had to pop all my cooldowns, but I had to use a potion, but I made it through that. Okay, so now there's only one person, so that's the pro of me having just had to forced to clear this out. Come on. Carrying everything I do. Interrupt. I freaking love it. Get some energy back. Oh gosh. She's starting to get pretty good too. So, when my warrior came here, there was a elite level 15 demon in here, and I think he was 12, maybe 13 by now, but I think he was only level 12. So I like I said, I didn't have to clear out the guys. That was a plus, like I did. There was one other guy in there, and I maybe cleared one guy out on the way in. But there was another person right behind me, like a hunter or something. So I charged in at the level 15. And the elite. And he took care of the the same little warlock or whatever that was that I did, mage, whatever that was. So he quickly took that off. So then I was just basically 1v1ing. I took a couple hits. I blew all my cooldowns. And I got it very low. I'd say I had it within about 10% of its life. And I was going to die. I had like 1 hit left. So then I hauled Butte. And I was like, I might die. He freaking sniped it. The hunter that was sitting right there sniped it and killed it while it was chasing me. Which A, allowed me to live, and B, I got credit for the rare, and he dropped like a bind on equip cape. The thing is, I think it was like Rezeloth or something like that was the guy's name. So I'm not going to do a lot of quests, honestly, this time. There is not a lot to do. We are going to... I didn't want to stab him, that was not my goal. Dang it. I keep wanting to use like Crimson Vial and stuff. Which is what I would pop if this was my hunter. I will say the high cooldown, the 5-minute cooldown on Sprint is lame. But the fact that it lasts for 15 seconds is pretty sweet. Okay, but yeah, so it was pretty neat. It was a nice, like, I think maybe 12 or 14, maybe even back armor. Very good for back armor, better than anything I found. And it had like a +2 or +3 stand bonus on it. So, pretty solid upgrade. And it is long and red, so it actually looks cool. It's a long red cape. That's probably the key feature. I don't know how long it takes Chens Empty Keg to spawn. I'll hit up this one on the way down too, but I'm not going to stress it too much because we're not going to Ratchet anytime super soon. Because we're going to do Crossroads quests for a while. So yeah, I'm not going to... But yeah, for him, I just picked it up right here. Wham bam, it was just available, sitting, chilling. I'll hit up this on the way to... But because of that, basically, I just wanted to do the intro quests. The Crossroads is so big and there's so much to do. We will have a ton when we're in Crossroads proper that we'll get into next time. We also have... Avenge my village. Oh, that's from there. He will be coming in from here, which is also going to be interesting. How does the Thorn do it? Because he's probably just going to get sent up to Crossroads. So I will off camera make whatever journey that is. Hopefully I'll find the Chens Empty Keg. But like, look, I don't see anything. He might get something, and if so, we'll do it on camera. Then I'll run him up. I'll do that if there's even anything there. Like the flaw, even the Power Stone. Like, he didn't go to Warcraft, so there might be like nothing for him to do. Unless there's, or I could start. Yeah, I'll just have to see if it's a hike all the way to Crossroads. Then that is what it is. There's nothing we can do. I feel like there was one more quest. No, that leather bag quest. That was something I did on the other character. But I felt like there was a quest to get a leather bag, but maybe I already did that. Alright. We're gonna get Banshee Armor, which is, unfortunately, cloth armor. It's useless for us.
Your task is complete. You have destroyed the Demon Seed as Nero bid, but this is not the end. The destruction of the Demon Seed sent waves of power through the ether. Waves of staggering force. I felt them, and I am sure other beings did as well. Others will wonder why their toy was broken. But regardless of future troubles, I have something for you. Nero sent in his payment, and he bid me thank you. So,
For the Horde!
Thank you.
Okay. So that's it, really. We're just dipping our toes. This seems like a short one. It is. We're going to try to pick up Chens Empty Keg, but really just kind of wrapping up Durotar and getting our feet. This is not how the other videos will go, because they're going to mirror what I've done. But we are really, which means we're going to be, if you look at that right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6, 7, 8 grindy quests. So we have coming up when I'm not exactly sure. Probably. Well, I'll probably do it with the Thorn, but yeah, we've got some time coming. Crossroads is a beast. I mean, not Crossroads. The Barrens. So we're going to take our time and plunge through. We're also going to be living here until we're like level 30. And I've got 3 characters. Now, yeah, there's Ashenvale quests that will come down. I think one of our characters might branch off and go to Ashenvale instead. Maybe Talonji herself. Maybe she'll be the one. So we will see. Let's see if I can find Chens Empty Keg. I mean, since we're about to wrap it up anyway, let's just hop into stealth. Where is it at? Oh, is it not even on this side? The copper vein. Oh, I see, it's over there. Dead bodies. Oh man, I've died to these freaking boarmen more than almost anything else. I'd say boarmen first, murlocs second are the leading causes of Gleekon death.
I need to get closer.
He might want to come fight me. I will not be sad if he does. Just getting some mining done as we're here. Just watch Talonji swing that pick. I would really like to find that Chens Empty Keg, but like I said, I'm not that worried about it. We got a couple episodes to do it. Oh, yeah, I'm a miner on him too. I don't know what those blood shards are for. Oops, we got one. I'm assuming it's a quest. Dang it, I should have stopped the disease. Stupid jerk. Stupid jerk face. Dang, what does it do? That basically stops me from stealthing. There's Chens Empty Keg. I want to fight my way in there, but I have 38 seconds of no stealth. Okay, let's just fight this guy. What did he do? Fairy fired me! What a freaking jerk.
It is too far away.
Yikes. Time to bounce. I will go back in there, but I've been hit by some... Now I know I gotta kinda wrap this up a little differently. Use this bandage on me. What did I... Dragon Spire. This is where, I think this is the little area where... Man, I cannot stealth. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll fight some of these little jits, but... 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I would prefer to fight the ones only like that guy, only the ones I actually need. Yeah, see, right now on retail, I have a 1 minute cooldown. He is a water seeker. Nope, don't be. Nothing to see here, buddy.
I am out of range. It's not ready yet.
Wasted some. Yeah, I like that slice and dice. It's good.
Not enough energy.
No, don't do it. Okay, I got him in time. Alright, so that will start us a quest. We will look at that in just a moment. Okay, but we gotta sneak our butts out of here. It's okay. Nothing to see here. So we did get the Chens Empty Keg quest. And then what we'll do is we will turn in our quest to the... Whatchamacallit? Smoke Roaches. Sounds tasty. Alright, so Chens Empty Keg. A small placard on one of the ends of the keg says Chen Storm Stout, who I believe we know as a Pandarin. He's a big part of Mists of Pandaria, but I also think he's someone that you encounter in Warcraft 3. So his legend is long. May your spirit be raised and always raise your spirits. Find someone who knows about Chen's Empty Keg. It's pretty popular. So now we've got that quest, which is good because it won't spawn all over our map. So that already takes a lot of potential quests. We're not going to pick any of these quests up for reading right now, but we are going to turn into one, and we're going to explore Crossroads next time and start kind of chunking it out. Alright, so here's Surgra Darkthorn. This is the... whatever she was. I thought he said she was a shaman.
What can I do for you?
The land, the water, and the sky are all as one. It is your eyes that deceive you with such separation. The Earth Mothers, all those things, and... Well, what do we have here? Has cargo deemed me worthy of another recruit? Alright, Talonji, you want to earn your keep with the Horde? Well, there's plenty to do here, so listen close and do what you're told. I'm happy to have met you, for I'll be glad to know that more females like you and I are taking the initiative to push forward in the Barrens.
Oh, interesting. So some female-only flavor text there. Alright, so we have a lot to do, a lot to pick up on and explore. We'll get a bunch coming out of here, so our next one will be long. I know this is probably the shortest one that we've done. And if we kind of look at zones, I know that eventually at higher level, we'll open up some quests here where we fight some Venture Co. It looks like we've got some Centaur, Wailing Caverns, exterior type quests here. At some point, once we hit around level 16, we're going to head back and do a level of Ragefire Chasm. I'm not sure who I'm going to do it with. We also have the Ratchet area quests that we will do, and that might be too long to do in one set. As we move our way to the south, we have, I think this is like Camp Tarahe. So we have some quests around here. This is actually all just 1, 2. It looks like it's a lot, but it's just a couple. So we might even, and then probably the far most extreme, which is Baal Madan and stuff. I think we've got some down here. So realistically, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most likely 6 chunks of questing to do. So 7 if you count this little baby that we added on here. But we might be able to keep it to 6 if we do a really long one. Then we could like combine some of these and some of these or something like that. Okay, cool. So we have another episode of the Pipe 5x5, and I really look forward to doing the next one with you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.